Real quickly, let me explain. First of all, explain. X, the chiro, the X with the P in it, sometimes symbolized just by an X. What we see here is this is the idea of explaining using this world's energy, things of this world, even different forms of combat. This guy, the idea that this guy then takes on this form and explains them, says, hey, you know, he plays basketball with him, explains his basketball. Okay, he takes fencing with him, explains it with fencing, you know, in terms of fencing. He talks to people about sex and explains it to them in terms of sex. He explains it in terms of food and pure food and how food can help you with your cognition and with proper diet and exercise. He explains in this kind of wholesome manner. Versus this martial arts system which requires an understanding of all these things, which leads you to this higher place if you have the accompanying moral code intact. Okay, explain, explain. Spell it out plainly. No African or martial art proverbs or sayings, just plainly in detail. Okay. So when we look at movement meaning mind. Grace, right? There's the graces in Greek culture, which is basically these chicks who aren't shaped too well, but they're attractive for their time. They don't walk like a martial artist does, but relative to the people of that time, they probably walked in a certain way that reflected grace versus kind of Humpty Dumpty on the wall, with all due respect. So there's different ways that people move. Okay, there's a certain way that even I'm moving even now that kind of reflects this kind of very serious, my former self. This sweater seems to bring to life to a certain degree. This happens to be the largest size of this sweater available where I bought it. And if it goes to the wash once, it confuses you, okay? And they've sprayed these sweaters, so I can't wash this sweater. But it helps me to be a light, to present this certain movements, and you can kind of tell within the sweater, it's like fur on a leopard or something, that this guy is a serious guy, and his moves used to be sharp, okay? And the brain had to reconcile. You see, my fingers are long. It's not going to look as good as on a smaller person, so sometimes on the smaller person, it's needed to explain. How does he do that, right? In what spirit? There's energy, then there's spirit, Shaolin, Sholine, Shaka, Ka, meaning spirit. This goes back to the Ba, Abba, meaning father, alpha spirit, alpha soul, Ba meaning soul, okay? Soul, all, right, which goes back to Apollo, meaning all, you know, Apollo, application, all the reproductive cycle. Pan means all, backwards is nap. Pass for pacify means all. All the Greco-Roman deities were ways, applications of getting people to be like Psyche in a trance, love struck, confused about what love is. It's kind of like, with all due respect, I have to use an example. It's hard to find another example. This is powerful. When you get a big person with a lot of passion, he's unfocused, right? Someone eats a lot of chocolate, male or female, and they get fixated. Oh, she's hot, right? He's unfocused. It's very apparent. He's like a big hippo who's like, she's hot. Or you get a dog, right? He's not focused. The cat has the grace and the movement. The falcon is the speed and precision, and he has the sight, okay? He knows what he wants. You see people say, I don't know what I was thinking. Women saying to their men, you don't know what you want. Come back to me when you know what you want. Things like this. The woman doesn't know, the man doesn't know. Okay? So movement, meaning mind. Explain. So the left and the right eye of Horus, the left eye is similar to Yah. And I haven't quite satisfied myself on the description of Yah. I don't think anyone has, because it's not well recorded. It's just